my big female is pregnant. I'm going to tell you all about it, what signs I look for, and what comes next. What's up, everybody? It's Adam at Proper Royals. Thank you for joining me today, and cheers to you wherever you are. Before we get going, I want to give a big shout out to my boys, the Peelers out of Montreal, Quebec. Grade A Irish punk rock. They just dropped a new album, Down and Out in the City of Saints. They're so awesome to send me an advance copy. I got two actually, one for the wall and one for the LP player. Hey, I want to talk to you about my pregnant ball python today. I'll use the word gravid and pregnant kind of interchangeably. Gravid refers to the reptiles, pregnant usually to humans kind of deal, or mammals anyway. My ball python, she just had her prelay shed. Check out how perfect this shed came out. Also shows you how big she is. The shed obviously stretches a little bit. She's a big girl and it was pretty cool. Nice clean shed, so I figured I'd save it for the video. So I've been pairing her in my breeding season from December 15th is when I started, and today is March 16th. So it's 4 months that I've been pairing her. About 3 weeks ago, she stopped eating. I had also gone out of town at that point in time, and I apologize because I don't have any pictures of ovulation. Their bodies get really, really huge. What they do is they create follicles, which become the eggs. They build, they eat, they gather their resources, and then have ovulation. Then what happens is, usually 2 to 3 weeks, this case 2.5 weeks ago, we were out of town right at the end of February, and it's right in the middle of March right now. She has had her prelay shed, and then we're looking at another 30 to 35 days, we should see eggs from her. So knowing that I missed ovulation, how am I so confident that she is pregnant? Well, this girl never misses a meal. She eats voraciously. She's not eaten in 3 weeks. She went from cool seeking and bowl wrapping while she was breeding to she only stays on the hot side of her tub now. So she stopped eating. She's only on the hot side, and she's perfectly coiled. You almost might say lethargic. She usually was searching around even at night particular, even in the daytime kind of searching. Now she stays perfectly coiled right in the hot spot, and she's kind of built a nest out of the cocoa fiber as well. Lastly, she's pretty visibly bumpy. Now that, you got to be careful with that. Some people have been fooled on that, and their bodies can certainly appear bumpy depending on how they're laying. But all of those things together really, really lead me to be certain that she is pregnant, and it works right with the timeline. Everything's right on time. It's a little bit early for her. She laid a little later in the summer last year, so I'm projecting that she'll lay between the middle of April and the 1st of May this year. It's about a month later last year, so maybe I caught her earlier in the cycle or things sped up. It's not a year exactly, so we'll see on it. I'm going to take you inside of her tub, and I'm going to show you some of these things that I am speaking of exactly here in just 1 second. The babies that I'm looking for, I'm very, very excited about. She is a pastel, and she turned out to prove out to be a het cryptic. The breeder I bought her from didn't realize that until he had already sold her to me, and the hatchlings from her last clutch proved to be het cryptic after being paired with a het clown, and kryptons were produced. How cool, right? So turns out I've got a male pastel clown, and I paired her exclusively with him. I wasn't going to take any risks of wondering who the father was. I want kryptons, and I'm really hoping for a super pastel krypton would be my best outcome, and truly male or female, since I have a mature female already. So it would be kind of neat to breed a male back to her. If it was a female, obviously a great holdback for the future project. Let's take a look inside the tub, and I'll show you exactly what I'm speaking of. All right, so you can see my big girl in a perfect coil. Right now, I don't know if you can see the lumps on her body, and she's big, she's coiled up and means business too. She's not happy to see me right now. That's the hot side of her cage. You can see she's kind of nested. Moved the cocoa out of the way, and she stays put there in that perfect coil. She doesn't come over to the cool side, over near the water dish anymore. At night, she's not out exploring, none of that. So she just shed 2 days ago. So it's the middle of March. By mid-April, I'll be on the close watch for eggs for her. The other thing about this girl is that she's such a voracious eater. I mean, there's my hand next to her. You can see the size of this girl here. And she has not eaten in 3 weeks. She's not missed 3 meals in a year, much less consecutively. So that's the other sign that I look for. Between her not eating, the perfect coil, the nesting, and the heat seeking, I'm quite sure that she is gravid and that eggs are imminent with her. From the lateral view on the outside, you can see some of those lumps all around her body. So this will be the first clutch of the 2021 season. I'll be getting the incubator ready. I'll do a video on that when I do get it ready and set up. That'll be ready to go. I'll be getting the egg boxes ready to go. And then it's a waiting game, and we'll do some egg cutting and see what we get. We'll see what Mama brings for us. Stay right here on this channel. Check out these videos and keep an eye on what we've got going on here at Proper Royals, both with our big breeder girl, Jenny, and all of our other projects. Thank you all so much for joining me today. See ya.